Wolfgang, where you at, man? Shit.
All right. What it good do, Wolfgang Amadeus? Look, let me just get straight to it. I'm not believing what I'm seeing, but hey, I knew it was out there. Now, straight up, first off, this video is not about an allegation. It's about networks. It's about the power, the proximity, documented public records. We're looking at what's documented and what questions naturally arise. So this isn't about guilt. This is about how power clusters, how silence works, and how some stories never get full daylight. So y'all really got to peep what's going on with the situation with the FBI document. There's an FBI crisis intake report that was delivered, or it was uploaded, I would say, 2019. And these are just raw intake reports, not conclusions. So that's what we're going to say here. These intake reports show what was reported, not what was proven. This matters because they show what authorities were told and when. So an intake report isn't a verdict. It's a record of what was said under penalty. So what intake report are we referring to? Well, look, here it is right here. This situation, very, very peculiar. There's a crisis intake report. Here's the case ID. And it says Epstein, Jeffrey, child X traffic to the, and there's things are blocked out and things are omitted. But this says the time was received in July 10th of 2019. On July 10th of 2019, someone called the FBI National Threat Operations Center to identify herself as a victim of an abuse by Jeffrey Epstein and others. So she provided the information. She said in 94, someone revealed herself to blank as a past victim of abuse by Epstein. This person described the abuse occurred during parties. Blank further identified as a friend of blank. And it says in 96, blank resident of blank, an unknown man abducted blank from her home when she later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, Jay-Z. While Epstein had inserted his fingers into blank believed she was in Epstein's mansion in Florida. Blank estimated she was abducted on several occasions, awakening each time in an opulent indoor setting, suffering from abuse on multiple of those locations in which Epstein participated. Blank recalled Leon Black and William Burr, current U.S. Attorney General, being present during some of the occasions of abuse in approximately 2006. Blank recalled being abused by Epstein on each occasion. Believes she was derugged, clouding her memory. Attributed to the derugging as frequent performed by persons assigned as handlers, who were described as a person who established friendships with the victims. Among their handlers, blank identified the artist Pusha T. I'm gonna stop right there. I think everybody really needs to just pay attention, because there's a whole lot going on, and it's funny because not funny haha, but funny like this. I just did the video about Nicki being in the power play she did, or the power play she has made with being aligned with Trump. And the funny thing is I kind of said it. I didn't say there was something illegal that happened, but I'm under the impression that there's something else going on. And under this post, this Diddy docket, someone said you pay attention to the signs, and I think Nicki Minaj said this before, pay attention to the signs. A famous person will be announced dead. So rest in peace to Catherine O'Hara. She just passed away. The mother who played on Home Alone, all the Home Alone series, Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2, all that. Kevin, her, she just passed away. So they said, pay attention to the signs. A famous person will be announced dead. The Democrats calling her husband a PDF and tagged her after the Trump event. They're talking about with this Nicki Minaj stuff. And she said, anytime, this is what she said, CEO's nation is in the news for something they don't want, a few things will happen. Will Smith will appear. A famous person will be announced dead. And that's what happened. Their allies will begin posting, saying nasty things about me. Lace Z will pop up looking dumb. Are we on to something here? And as you see, there was the thing that's been trending, the Trump Epstein cover up. There's a whole lot going on with Trump and Epstein, but I just find it very interesting that Jay-Z's name pops up here. I don't think it's a coincidence. I just think that's just what it is. They avoid telling these stories because of advertisers. They have music and film and tech alliances. Silence doesn't mean that nothing happened. It just means too much is at stake. And that's why I find it interesting. This came out and now it's like, oh shit. Overall though, look, check it out. Y'all should read the document yourself. I read most of it, but it's literally on the FBI's justice.gov/Epstein/files/data. Just look it up. But it's out there. You guys can look for it yourself. I just said, let me just bring the information. I'm not saying that anyone's guilty. I'm not saying that. But I'm definitely saying y'all should read for yourself, and you should I'm going to emphasize the accountability and the transparency. And this is just independent analysis. You get what I'm saying? I mean, pay attention to what Jaguar Wright has been saying all this time, y'all. She said there's been parties on Epstein Islands. There have been videos that have been on Epstein Island. Y'all got to pay attention. That's all I really got to say. I'm not going to get too much into this. It's sad, but it's definitely interesting. And y'all can say what y'all want to say. But, history's showing us that the truth don't disappear. It just waits for the right moment. Here's the right moment. Trump's in something. Somebody done called out Trump about something. Here we go with Jay-Z now. And Pusha T. Wow. Trust me, y'all. Look. Let's just see all this play out. That's really all I'm going to say. And, keep listening. I'm telling y'all, the whistleblower's been talking about this the whole time. And they've been vilified. Y'all really got to pay attention to what these real whistleblowers have been saying. Real spill, y'all. Wolfgang Amadeus. Set in the West. We out. Peace.